Morning guys. So yeah, I just thought I'd do a quick video on an upgrade that we're doing on the Honda Civic FN2. As you can see, these are some really nice new Yellowspeed Racing 6-pot brake calipers. These things are absolutely ginormous. They're sourced from Dynodaze, based in Nuneaton in the UK. Really nice guys to deal with, dealing with both Danny Harris and Rich Ellis there. Knowledgeable guys, know their stuff, supply some quality parts. Looking at these are absolutely fantastic. Come with the big discs as well. I'll go more into detail on those. The reason for the upgrade is, as you can probably see from our last video, we're at Mallory Park. We're having to brake a little bit earlier into the corners than we would like, purely because the current setup that we've got, which is a Brembo Junior GT caliper, it's quite an old system now. It's starting to show its age, and the cost of refurbing the calipers is, well, it depends how far you'd want to go. I mean, I'd want to take it to almost new, and we're sort of talking more or less the same sort of value as these Yellowspeed brake calipers here. So we took the decision to just remove the system, so the 4 pots will be taken off the car as they are, along with the brakes and everything else, and then replaced by these Yellowspeed items. What we're also doing is taking the opportunity to upgrade the entire braking system. So we're looking at the fronts, we're looking at the rears, we're also looking at removing the ABS system. Couple of people, yes, no, why would you do that? Personally, I've always driven older cars and always preferred the feel without ABS. The FN2 doesn't have per se an intrusive ABS system. I've only ever sort of triggered it a couple of times when I'm braking really hard into corners, and it just doesn't, I don't really have the confidence in an ABS system, so I'm taking the opportunity to remove it. So how am I doing that? I spoke to these guys here. These are Proline braided lines. Really knowledgeable guys there. I've got a couple of kits available for an ABS delete kit for the Honda Civic FN2. It's all braided Teflon lines with really nice fittings. Looks to be fantastic quality. Comes with everything that you need to go through. Obviously all wonderfully labelled up as well. Let me just move that out of the way. Obviously rears, fronts, and the bias kit as well. Why am I deleting the ABS? As I said, it's not that intrusive. It's just something that I prefer driving without. They do a couple of kits for the FN. This is the grommet style, so it requires a little bit of a bigger hole drilling through the bulkhead than their bulkhead fitting kit. But ultimately it's a much more simple installation, and simple in my mind means that I can probably do it, or there's less to go wrong. So yeah, really looking forward to fitting that, and certainly looking forward to having to play with the bias valve there as well. Moving on, we're as I say, not just upgrading the fronts, we're upgrading the rears as well. So these are reconditioned rear brake calipers for the Honda Civic FN2. You can buy new, but they're ridiculously expensive. And I've got these on a sort of return the old caliper deal, as it were, again from Dynodaze. They look to be fantastic, to be honest with you. One of the best recon kits that I've certainly come across. This isn't just a wire brush attachment on a drill. This is a proper sandblast by the looks of things back. All new, obviously all new seals. There's no point refurbing without a new seal, but all the metal, all the sort of attachments have been replaced. Yeah, really nice bit of kit. Looking forward to fitting those. On the rears, nothing too special, just a solid single disc, non-vented disc for the rear. The Civic typically, I think, runs about a 70-30 brake bias on the system, so no need to go completely mad, to be honest with you. Yeah, going to be running the PBS pads as well. Not had a chance to run PBS pads, but heard fantastic things about them. I've ran Carbon Lorraine or CL brakes previously with the current setup. Their RC8 pad is fantastic. Great initial bite, great sort of pad length, longevity as well. The life on there is good. It's lasted me sort of what, 3-4 track days. Again, we're having to brake a little bit earlier just because of the caliper situation, but yeah, really looking forward to trying out the PBS pads as their Pro Race pad there. It's heard good, like I said, heard good things. They sponsored the Civic Cup and everything else, so yeah, we'll see what happens there. Moving on, we're going to be using the Miller's Oils Racing Brake Fluid. This is a new one for me, although I do use Miller's Oils in the car, mostly sort of the engine oil, which I found to be really good stuff. Brake fluid wise, I've ran the RBF 600 before. Unfortunately boiled that, so the whole system just needs obviously bleeding out, replacing before we can do anything else. Not quite brake related, but sort of feeding on to the same line. That's a clutch damper bypass kit. So the Civic obviously has a clutch damper. This just removes that sort of spongy feel, gives it a more direct feel, which I'm looking forward to. And then I suppose moving on to the reason for the video, these huge Yellowspeed Racing 6-pot brake calipers. Very, very similar to the sort of the Brembo setup. Obviously, just got 2 more extra pistons in there. Pads are held in with an Allen key attachment as opposed to a knockout pin, which I probably find a bit easier to do trackside, providing obviously heat doesn't get in the way too much. The kit comes with the Yellowspeed pads, which I'm told are okay for road use. Fine, not a problem. The car doesn't really see much in terms of road, but they'll be replaced by PBS Pro Race pads specifically designed for this caliper as well. So really looking forward to trying those out. This kit is, I mean, did a bit of research. They're all very, very similar. Obviously you can go as mad as you want. You can have 4-pot, 6-pot, 8-pot calipers. I elected for 6, just purely because it keeps the piston sizes a bit more equal, rather than having little tiny ones. You've got 3 decent sized pistons on each side. But yeah, looking forward to getting those fitted. Comes with all the obviously mounting attachments for the Civic, and obviously Loctites and bolts and some shims to space out. I mean, looking at the size of these things, that's a 500ml bottle. These things are absolutely massive compared to my current setup. Again, moving on, this is the floating disc. Just putting that on there for some size comparison. You can see just how big these are. Absolutely ginormous. I elected for a floating disc over a solid disc, just purely for heat management. Again, the Civic's going to hopefully go racing, which will be sort of 40 minutes, maybe a bit longer of solid abuse, as it were, and just wanting some way of managing the heat in the brakes. So the floating disc apparently will help me out with that. I've never used one before, but we shall see. These things are really well made, really nice. The replacement rotors are probably a little bit more expensive than some would like, at sort of £300, but that's for a pair, so £150 a side. It's not too bad really, and you're going to get plenty of life out of them, not a problem. Comes with some new braided lines, which will be fitted with them as well. But overall, guys, yeah, really happy with them. Again, everything that you see here, apart from the ABS delete kit, was all sourced from the guys at Dynodaze, based down in Nuneaton, in Warwickshire in the UK. So if you're interested in anything, certainly to do with your Civic or your Mitsubishi Colts or anything along those sorts of lines, hit them up. They're fantastic guys to work with, really nice, really knowledgeable, really friendly, to be honest with you. Which you don't tend to come across in the car world anymore. But yeah, obviously big shout out to them and a huge thanks for sourcing everything. Right, I'll let you guys crack on with your day. I'm going to crack on getting this lot fitted, and I'll see if we can do a bit of an install video for you as well. All right, take care, guys. See you soon.